Alright, part 2 to the suggestion video series, which is, I think I'm gonna make like 3 of these. There's a cop snooping around here. There he is. What are you doing? Get out of here. Ah, dang cops. There should be turrets around here. He's gonna try and arrest me. Dead. Did he drop a key card? Does he even drop a key? Why does it say I successfully robbed the pyramid? Okay, well we're gonna get on the Halo because I bought this vehicle and I've been loving this vehicle. Anyway. Here are some personal suggestions, mostly small ones, with one big new heist that's going to be added. Well, not being added, but like a suggestive heist added into the video, not added to the game. But this is a heist that's should have been in the game a long time ago, but you know, now I've finally figured out how this heist could function and be different from everything else. So, let's start off with some small suggestions. In the video that I literally just recorded, I was talking about billboards, and I was talking about, what was it, yeah, billboard suggestion. That's a separate video, but I want to talk about that in a separate video. But my first suggestion, which was going to come from that video, was the ability to prestige vehicles from the past season on the same NPC. So, if you go over here to the Swifty Studios billboard, or that was a billboard, the building. Why are you in the screen? Get out of here. Alright. There is famed Chris, Stefan. You know, this is man, one of the devs. And you can customize your commutator. You can downgrade it, you can upgrade it per prestige. But my suggestion is that a menu pops up from next season onwards, so you can still upgrade and downgrade your commutators. But it functions a bit differently. So the commutator next season, you can only downgrade it or upgrade it if you manage to reach. So if you had, upon the next season, you had the max prestige commutator, you can downgrade it or upgrade as much as you want without rank 100. So you look at the vehicle, you know, it kind of be like, okay, you got the Prestige 5 vehicle, you can downgrade it and upgrade it. So it's just a menu that pops up so you can actually upgrade and downgrade your vehicles. You know, so maybe if I'm like, I don't know, I want to flex, you know, that I have all the commutators technically, that I could actually prestige them while not being in the season technically. So it's a bit confusing. So next season, whatever vehicle is, which I actually have a suggestion, I'm going to mention in this video for my personal recommendation on what those vehicles should be, or a suggestion on what the vehicles. Okay, is that a cop? I think it's a cop. I it's a hero. Okay, I kind of want to get. I'm gonna get some cash. I might as well. So yeah, which also I'm gonna add that vehicle into the suggestions. Another suggestion vehicle which is separate. Anyway, so how this functions, as I'm gonna do another quick explanation, is that so next year, so it'll be like, would you like to customize, you know, which it opens a menu which shows all the past vehicles if you have them, and it kind of reads, you know, a prestige, so I can upgrade / downgrade my previous vehicles from the past seasons. Like, you know, I can upgrade my commutator if I manage to reach max prestige last season, and I have the vehicle so I can downgrade it / upgrade it if I want to. But if I didn't, I can only upgrade it to whatever max prestige I got to. So if I got to prestige number 3, but if the season ended, then I can upgrade it / downgrade it all the way up to 3. That'd be cool. And then also the other vehicle, which I'll mention later, which moves me on to another suggestion, which, hold up, wait, what was the suggestion? I forgot that suggestion. Now I'm just going to talk about the next season vehicles that I personally think should be in the game. These are ideas and, you know, another upgradable vehicle. So we have the next season, the guns. I think Gunskin should come back, but like, you know, the season 7 ones are kind of broken from season 7's chapter 1's gun skins were kind of broken. So yeah, they should not be fixed. Honestly, there's no point to them. There's no point fixing those skins from ages ago. But anyway, they're kind of broken, and same with I think the animated skins that I didn't get any of. Anyway. So the next season, here are 2 vehicles that I have thought of and would be interesting vehicles. A vehicle I like to call the Triplet and the Road Warrior. I'll explain what these vehicles do right now. So the Triplet is, have you ever seen those 3-wheeled motorcycles? Like, you know what I'm talking about. Kind of like, it has the back of an ATV, but the front of a dirt bike. So it's like 3 wheels and it's a motorbike. You know those ones. That's what the Triplet is. It's just a cool 3-wheeled bike. And that's it. It's just cool, you know. Has a nice fast engine. It's a decent vehicle. I've liked this season's vehicle. Watch, I'm gonna spawn it. This vehicle's really cool. Do you rock? I need to upgrade those wheels, man. Actually, I should change those wheels, honestly. These wheels are cool, but like, I don't know. I just don't feel like they suit what I'm trying to do. Cool wheels. Do they color black? Oh, Okay, they got a glitch for some reason. Alright, while I'm doing this, I'm going to talk about the next vehicle suggestion, which was the, okay, I'm going to use these ones. Okay, they glitch as well. Spikes. Yeah, anyway, the next vehicle was the Road Warrior, which has upgradable armor and turrets. So, let me explain. So before, I talked about a vehicle with lock-on turrets. This is not the vehicle, this is a separate vehicle that I was talking about. But the vehicle I am currently talking about is different, with actual turrets kind of like the Knight Rider, but kind of different. And it upgrades both armor and weapons as you prestige. So the first upgrade, it has like, let's say, 1,000 health, you know. It's basically, imagine this vehicle, a Hercules 6x6. That, and just slap 2 turrets on top of it. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much this vehicle. The turrets are kind of weak on the first level, first prestige, and the armor is but the next prestige, it goes up to 1.5k health, and the turrets get slightly stronger. So they start off being like pretty weak, honestly, like maybe like pistol weak, you know, because obviously they don't have like crazy overpowered, you know, going around. God, this freaking car. And then as they upgrade, they get stronger and stronger. So at that point, they could be like a minigun strength, because you're basically getting to level 500. We're getting to like rank 100 5 times. You deserve a decently powerful vehicle. So on the second prestige, 1.5k health with slightly better damage. Then, and also another thing, the first turrets are quite, you know, they function like the other guns. They have a lot of choke or spread, if you would call it. So kind of like, if you look at the videos from guns from range, they kind of have a bit of spread where the bullets just go randomly. So the first prestige has iffy kind of turrets where they kind of go everywhere, the bullets go everywhere, and the armor, which is 1,000 because it's an armored vehicle, and you know it's good for terrain, 6x6 vehicle, it's cool. And then the next prestige, 1.5k health, slightly stronger turrets that are a bit more accurate than the other ones. But then we go into prestige number 3, which is where it starts to get a bit stronger, where it has 2.5k health and strong turrets, a bit stronger turrets, right? And also the cost of all this good stuff, because every good vehicle has to have a con of some reason. It's kind of slow. It's kind of a slow vehicle. It gets slightly faster prestiges, but it really isn't, you know, good for like driving around. It's good for just kind of defending yourself against other things. And I guess using it for taking down helicopters. And it gets pretty accurate and, you know, a bit strong on the last one, where it kind of like, you know, maybe like death ray, or maybe like maybe M4A1 damage at the end. So it's, you know, still not crazy overpowered, but like, yeah, maybe also having like a cooldown for like, you know, the guns heat up over time, and so they get strong. So on the second prestige, or the third prestige, it's 2.5k health with stronger turrets, more accurate turrets, and obviously the speed is slightly better. It gets slightly better every prestige, so it's slow. It's a slow vehicle, but not tank level slow, not Rhino tank. You know. Then we move on to the fourth prestige, which has a whopping 3k health and more stronger turrets. Remember, you have to get to rank 104 times to get this vehicle to the strength it is now. So it's a long grind. So you deserve something powerful, because most of this time you could probably even buy a Terminator or a tank. So you need something strong and worthy. And finally, on the last prestige, it gets even crazier, and it's the most powerful version. It has strong, very strong turrets. Not overpowered where it's like a one shot, it's like a few shots, obviously. So it's maybe like M4A1 damage, not minigun damage, but like M4A1 damage with armor that is 4k health that you get from this. So it's one of the strongest vehicles in the game, and that's prestige number 5, so it's pretty powerful. You know, it's just an interesting weapon that you can obtain, another crazy weapon vehicle that you can take down any camping cops with, and obviously it's almost dead accurate with minimal choke or spread. It's quite accurate, but it kind of lacks it maybe has like bullet drop-off damage or damage drop-off, where it actually does weaker damage from further away, so it's better when people are up close. we'll have that as a feature so that, you know, it isn't crazy overpowered. Alright, now, what was the next suggestion? Oh yeah, it was another vehicle that I was going to add on this season, or that should be added, or a suggestion that could be added, is a jet boat. So it's a really fast boat with weak health, though it's worse than, let's say, like 300 health, but it's rocket fast. It's stupidly fast. It could be the fastest boat in the game, and it could be a bit pricey because, you know, the current most expensive boat kind of sucks, the Marauder. So why not put this at like 2 million for a really fast boat, making, you know, just making boat heists a bit more easy to do, and just another cool thing to add. You know, it's a fast boat, very fast boat. You know, obviously it'd be like stupidly fast with, you know, supercharged. You know, I guess obviously the price tag is kind of a con, and it's just a boat, so realistically could use anything. But anyway, I had some other suggestions. Oh yeah, the heist. But I had another suggestion, but like it's just gone now. Okay, I'll come back to it. Anyway. Oh, I have an idea. You should add a hoverboard skate park, just like a random, because as of now the desert's kind of the I'm actually gonna go to the desert and then just start Tony Hawking stuff, because that's kind of the skate park, as you will. But maybe adding like a little bit of like a park, like I don't know, just adding like a, you know, maybe a bit of a map expansion that has like just a bit of like ramps, or just occasional ramps in the water, maybe kind of like boat ramps. That'd be pretty cool. Just like as of now, this is a pretty cool area. It's just kind of like, look at this is crazy. I'm just gonna spend most of my time here talking about the next heist. Oh, nice heist suggestion. It's a heist that has been wanted into the game for many years, and I finally figured out how this thing will function. Why am I sliding so far? My god, just drive normally. Anyway, a heist that's in the game, or a building that's in the game. People have been wanting it for ages, and finally I have an idea of how this thing will function. It's the mall heist. It's the heist we've all wanted. But this heist is, obviously there's a glaring problem, which is it's not like a bank where there has like a vault underneath. So this one functions different. The building's the same, the interior has like 2 floors, and this is a robbery which you have to go basically around the mall and rob smaller stores and end up getting nice payout, you know. So this, you go into the heist and it starts up. It has pretty much no defenses whatsoever. Maybe some cameras, no lasers, just kind of cameras everywhere that, you know, you disable the security system, which might get rid of some, I don't know, maybe no security system that disabled. You have to dodge those cameras. And there are 4 different locations which you have to hit up inside the mall to successfully rob it. So there's one significant change, which is a loading dock out back here, around here, maybe a loading dock, maybe right here. So, or maybe right here, like remove some of this ground and just have like a road connecting to this, which is just a loading dock. And when you start it, it spawns a small truck, you know, like a small delivery truck. You might see them kind of like your postal service trucks, maybe something like that. Anyway, so in here there are 4 locations that you must hit, or you must rob to successfully get out. So there is Mad City Finances, which here's the main entrance, a small store here, and then here in this corner is where the small bank vault will be. And you also be robbing documents, you know, because it's a finances. It's not a bank, like a full-on bank. It's more like a finances area, financial advisors. You know, you get the gist. Then there is up top. I made myself. I put my name into this because I couldn't think of a name for this, but it's the Goliath Jeweler, or Goliath Jeweler. Basically, it's a jewelry store. It's a small jewelry store, but it's not like the jewelry store where there's like gems and stuff. Basically, it's almost a repair shop. It's a jeweler / repair store where you actually repair, you know, if you have a broken watch, you're going to go to here, and this is where you're actually going to fix it. It's up on the top floor. And then you hit up the Mad City Tech store, the MC Tech, if you want. Basically it has phones. It's basically a repair store, but with a wider range of products where you're stealing stuff like TVs, laptops, just a bunch of items like headphones and stuff. You're stealing all of that. And then you hit up, now I was confused about this one, because I'm like, I wanted 4, but I don't know which one should be the next one. And I decided that it's going to be Mad City Postal Services. Basically, you're stealing stuff from people And that's it. You go into the first heist, which is the finances, Mad City Finances. And yeah. Well, actually, no, I have a better name for the jeweler store. I have a better name. Anyway. Oh, for God's sake. Just get up. Why are you sliding? Stop Tony Hawking around. Anyway. So, the finances, you rob a few files and, you know, in the bank, a small amount of cash. And then a thing that you're probably wondering, how are you supposed to load all this stuff and carry around all these bags? Well, actually, in here, which I forgot to mention, there are shopping carts. You take a shopping cart and you wheel it out in front of the finances. You rob the finances and you put your bag in the trolley. You then go up into the which I've now changed it from my name to the Coconut Jeweler, which is better because it's the Coconut Mall. So the Coconut Mall Jeweler and repairs, and you rob some items from there. And instead of breaking glass, there's like slides, like kind of like an actual jewelry store where there's actually slides, like sliding doors behind the counter. So you just slide open the door and you take some stuff. You put in your card, and then you wheel it to the MC Tech store, or it could be Swifty Tech. You just call it Swifty Tech. And you steal some other items, you put it in a bag, you put it into, but let's say you rob about like 4 kilograms per store. So 4 kilograms, but 2 for, you know, but you know, or let's just rob a certain amount, you know, like you're robbing like a few documents, and you're robbing a few things from the jeweler, a few from the tech store, and then you're just stealing a few parcels from the postal service. And how you escape this is kind of like the jewelry store, where there's a truck, like a small truck, out back, waiting at the docks. You put your stuff into it, and you drive it to drive it to the same. You drive it to this warehouse here, right here, because going across the map, because the other two are like across the map. You don't want to go across the map. Right here, you just put it right here. Boom, they done. There's a Coconut Mall robbery, and that's how it would function. And also, another interesting thing about this heist is that there are mini heists along with it. So, while the main heist is closed, so all the main locations, Mad City Finances, the Coconut Jeweler, Swifty Tech, and the Mad City Postal Services are closed, these other smaller places like food courts and other stuff are open. So you can rob, you know, some other small convenience stores. You can rob, I guess, like, you know, maybe some Mad City souvenirs, maybe even like a Mad City merch store you can steal stuff from, or a clothing store. It's a small robbery and a main heist, so it functions like that. And when the main heist is open, all the other buildings are closed. All the side heists that are inside there are closed. The gates are shut. You cannot rob from them. So that's how the Coconut Mall would function. It'd be an interesting heist that you can steal stuff from, and you know, it functions different from different heists. Which also would, you know, with the Coconut Mall, you should add the tutorial button. Man, I had so many ideas for this video. Why can't I remember any of them? God, like, I think the main point of the video was the Coconut Mall heist, because that was a bit of a complicated heist to actually explain. You know, because it's a complicated heist. You know, you gotta deliver and steal from multiple areas inside the mall. Because I wanted to make it unique and not just like kind of like every other heist where you have to go into a room and steal a bunch of stuff. Because that's the problem with the mall, is there not really is a bank vault just sitting there. And you could have said, oh, you could just rob from like a small bank in there, but that's the same as the bank, there's no point. So the Coconut Mall, you'd rob from 4 separate stores, and you'd put them in a shopping cart, wheel them out to a truck in the loading dock, and you just steal it. Steal the truck, load them all in, boom, you're done, that's it. So yeah, that's pretty much the video. Also, you know what should be cool? Well, actually, I'm gonna suggest this, is an actual functional carnival. Like, this is functional, yes, I know it's functional. But like, you know, I'm trying to think of a name for this place, but like, it's kind of like a, you know, let's say there's like a bunch of like small games in here that you can win like small amounts of cash, or maybe some exclusive items. So let's say you can buy some tickets from here, and you can spend them on like, so these tents here, maybe some mini games that are here, that you can win like maybe even a car from, like a clown car. That'd be hilarious. Oh my god, that'd be hilarious, like a clown car. That, like, you can just win stuff from the carnival, giving it actual somewhat function. For God's sake, it's freaking hoverboards. So like, it gives it a bit of more of a function where you actually can win stuff from the carnival, and it makes you want to go here, not just, you know, because it's got all these cool little things here, and you know, this dang. Also, wait, hold on. Why is this the wrong way around? This is the wrong way around. It should be facing this way, or it should be in there. What's going on? Anyway, yeah. That's pretty much it. So, going over the suggestions, which is the upgrading menu, the season 2 potential rewards, or it could be a future reward, just have to be season 2. Then the Coconut Mall heist, and pretty much those are just a few suggestions I didn't get to fit into the second. Oh my god, I just remembered one. Thank god I remembered this one. So I put this one in the description, but I'm gonna re-say the suggestion, which is that there should be an organization system to your spawn menu, because it's kind of chaotic now. So here's how it's organized. So it kind of has little subheadings where it's like favorited cars, which has all your favorited vehicles, and then past that it'll say vehicles or cars, which will have all the cars. Then it'll have, you know, bikes, which will have all dirt bikes. Then it'll have boats, which will have all boats, unfavorited versions as well, and then miscellaneous, where all other vehicles fall under. For example, if you had an unfavorited Halo, the Halo would go under there. So the hoverboards would go under there. Vehicles that don't go into any other category. So like, you could probably count the Invisible Boatmobile, or maybe even the Rocket Sled and the Snowmobile as like, well, actually you could count the Snowmobile as a bike, but the Rocket Sled, that would be under miscellaneous, because it kind of doesn't fit into any category. You know, like vehicles that just don't fit into any category, like the Diablo, maybe not the Diablo, the Commutator, that doesn't really fit into anything. You could say it's a bike, but I'd prefer to put it to miscellaneous. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, you have all these vehicles somewhat organized, so instead of having to go on a wild goose chase going, oh my god, where's my Mustang, and then having to look through all these vehicles, and you know, unlike in the chapter 1 where the vehicles were in order of how you bought them, this one is just kind of just all over the place, you know. Like, oh no, I got my Mustang, I can't find it. You know, having to scroll like a maniac, because it changes like every server you join. Yeah. It's just a peace of mind thing. So like, you know, I want a boat, but I haven't, like, you know, I want a boat, I want to look for a particular vehicle, I just go to the section and boom, it should be there. It'd just be an interesting thing, you know, that all these vehicles have some form of organization, so we don't have to go on a wild goose chase going, oh, where's that unfavorited vehicle? Like, or looking for a new vehicle going, like, I don't know where this thing is, like, I just bought the Terminator, where is it? And looking through your spawn menu, trying to find it, to favorite it, and then, like, it's just under a section of vehicles, so you'd be like, oh, there it is, you know. Or also you could have, like, another section, which could be defensive vehicles, which maybe, like, stuff that have weapons, like, you know, the Knight Rider, I guess you could say the Marauder, any vehicles that have weapons on them, except, I guess, maybe the Hyperglider, or maybe even the Hyperglider, just kind of vehicles that have weapons on them, so you can be like, I'm looking for a weaponized vehicle, and there's an entire section of weaponized vehicles, you know. Or it could just not be, or it could have like a small, like a tag next to it that says weaponized, maybe like a W somewhere here, like kind of like in brackets W, which talks for weapons or weaponized vehicle, or WV, doesn't matter. But anyway, that's pretty much the suggestions. You know, I've liked doing these videos, and number 3, probably the last one, because it has most of the suggestions, and some pretty big suggestions. So yeah, that video will be coming out probably ages away, you know, because I have definitely been enjoying making these videos, even though, you know, some suggestions may sound a bit crazy, which I'm going to say some of them do sound crazy. Now, I haven't used this car in ages. Also, a season reward vehicle that's actually worth it would be cool, or something that could show we did all the season challenges, which I have another set of challenges to do. Here we go. Arrest 5 criminals while they're robbing a heist, get 5 kills as Vanta, and fly 250 stars as Dutchman. It's pretty easy ones. I'm gonna do those for double XP. But anyway, that's it. I'm just gonna drive around, and I'm gonna customize my vehicle really quick, because for some reason all the plates, you know, aren't universal. It'd be cool if all these plates were universal, so like I could have a plate registered to my name. We could actually potentially buy a plate and say, you know, this goes across all my vehicles, and they're all registered technically in my name under this plate, so that I wouldn't have to go through every single vehicle and, you know, rename them for some reason. What's this? Oh, I love it. I'm just gonna buy that. I'm just using it. Yeah, I'm having fun with this game. Definitely. I'm definitely gonna make some videos. I'm gonna make another video today, which is gonna be completely different, which fits with some of the challenges. Anyway, I'm done. wasting your time. This is pretty much only for the devs. I've been recording for 25 minutes, and there's only a few suggestions. Anyway, okay, bye.